Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you what I found this week at the Goodwill bins. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And of course, find me on Instagram at Nicole Northgarden. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to show you what I got at the bins this week. This week, I'm not going to weigh it because I got a lot and a lot of the things are small. So we can just all assume that it probably didn't cost very much. I did go twice too, so it's a little bit of a bigger haul because I went once and then I went again this weekend because my daughter, who just left for college, had never been. And so I took her and she got some clothes and some shoes for college. So that was part of our purchase. So I was at the $1.19 mark on all of these purchases. So everything I bought was at $1.19 a pound. So I got myself this mug. You know, I drink a lot of hot beverages, both tea and coffee. And this is, there's a huge Renaissance festival in Minnesota. And I don't actually go to the Renaissance festival just because it costs an arm and a leg. But I really like this mug. And it's from the 2006 Renaissance festival. It looks really clean. It's pottery. So, and it says Banner Oak Pottery from New London, Minnesota. I got this for my other daughter who is also leaving for college. And in Minnesota, we play a lot of cribbage. If you have never played, you should try learning. It's really fun. I had never heard of it until I moved here. But I got her, and all the kids kind of have their own cribbage boards. So I got her this little travel cribbage board because they carry them in their backpack in this nice basket. And you know, I always say if you find baskets at the bins, grab them because they're cheap. So got that. I got this pack of note cards. I got this tray, and I have been looking for one of these for a really long time so that I can do work on my computer in my bed. Sometimes it gets really hot. So I weighed it at the bins and it weighs about 3 pounds. So it was about $3.60, which is fine with me. It's the Threshold brand from Target, and it's in really good shape. So I thought that was a really good find. I got a new harness for our dog. She's old now, and we have tried to train her to walk well on a leash, and she just pulls, and she makes funny sounds with her trachea. So the vet said to use a harness for her. We had one, but it's kind of a little small because in her old age she's put on a little weight. So I got a slightly larger one for her. And the last utilitarian object I got is this. If you're not familiar with what this is, it's a kroomkaka roller. And so kroomkaka, there's some debate. Is it Swedish? Is it Norwegian? I don't really know. I haven't been able to shake that out. I think it's Swedish, but basically we have a kroomkaka iron, and it's like almost like Italian pizzelles, but there's no none of the licorice flavor to it. And so it's this very thin batter, and you pour it in the kroomkaka iron, and you close it, and it basically makes this very flat cookie, very flat and thin. And then you roll them on this roller, and it makes a cone shape, and you fill it with whipped cream, and you top it with these berries. So anyway, it's very tasty and very much part of our area and the culture of our area. So I found this. It's good to have an extra because we'll get a whole bunch of us together and make these at Christmas time, and so it's good to have another roller. I'm going to be doing a craft with things like this in the coming months, so you'll see this come up again. And I got this. It's actually a cake. It says it's a cake support. But I was like, oh, that would make a nice tray with like a phrase on it, you know, like a farmhouse tray. So I'm going to do something with that. And then I got this cute little tray, which I'm going to make over. And then I also got this. Now you saw, here, maybe I can pan the camera. So earlier in the season, I did, these are also popcorn tins right here. And I put a graphic on them, and I planted in them. And so I'm going to do something with this. So that's good to have another one of those. I picked up someone's vintage frog collection from the bins, and I'm actually going to insert footage of that because there was just too many pieces for me to hold up all of them. So here is the frog collection that I rescued from the bins. I'm not going to show you every piece, but most of these are marked like made in Japan. This one isn't marked, and I actually really like him. So I'm going to hold on to him. He's sitting in a rocking chair. I think he's really cute. This one says that it's an egg separator, and that's marked Japan. This is cool. It's a mohawk brush. There's apparently people that collect mohawk brushes, so I'm gonna stick that on Etsy. This one I'm gonna keep for my garden. But this was cute. And this one says Norcrest. So a lot of them just seem collectible. This I know is collectible. I looked these up on eBay. So I might try to sell that. So yeah, those will be some of the things I list in my newly formed Etsy shop. And there's two other objects I want to show you that were part of that collection. There's this little tin, which I'm actually going to keep. And it says, The Tin Box Company, designed by Damer, Long Island City, New York, made in England. I thought that was adorable. And then this I'm gonna sell on Etsy. It's a frog mug and it's by a maker that is well known. UCTCI Japan is what it says. So I'm gonna put that on my Etsy shop. These were also with that frog collection. Oh, that was fun. And this says made in Hong Kong, British patent. And this is a fun one. This also says made in Hong Kong. And you spin it and it, well, I guess you could put it in water. I don't know. I'm guessing that's what it's for. But I found her. She was just sitting in the bin. Oh my goodness. I guess she's for like a 6th birthday. It says Joseph or Joseph. I can't read the signature and it says Japan. Maybe you can read it better on camera. I thought she was just so sweet. And I found these just because I think they're so cute. But they're the little like vintage candle holders. There's this one. It's like a little bunny. And there's a few of these. Whoopsie. They're little girls. And then there's a lot of these little flower looking ones. And some of these. So I thought those were so cute. This crate, which is kind of broken, but it really had cool labels on it. So I'm gonna do something with this. Maybe take it apart and use the parts that have the, there it is. It says, what does it say? Federal fruit, fresh for health. So I just thought those were so neat. I got these 2 plates, which I thought were really pretty. Made in Holland. And these are very lightweight. And then I got this, which I'm going to send to a friend. I wonder if you can guess who the friend is. If the friend's watching, she'll know it's coming for her. And there was only one. I think these usually come in a pair, but it was the only one. I did look and look and look in the bins, but I could not find the other. But it's not chipped at all. And it says Delft Blue or Blau, Blue, Blau. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Hand painted, made in Holland. So I'm gonna send that to a friend. I got these. I thought these were cool. I think, they're spindles. I don't really know. I think they're maybe used as candle holders. But they were really neat, kind of farmhouse, which you know, I dabble in farmhouse and vintage decor. I mix them and I don't care. You gotta do what you like in your own house. You can't just do it for YouTube. And then I got this, which I adore. Oh my gosh, I don't know if it works, but it was only 49 cents. And for sure, I'm putting this on a shelf in my craft room because I love to look at it. It's just so cool. It is slightly cracked, but you won't be able to see that at all. And it says manufactured at Newark, New Jersey, which is my state, of my home state originally, by Home Radio Receiver Division of Federal Telephone and Radio. I'll give it a whirl and see if it works, if it doesn't make sparks. Okay. My daughter found this for me. I thought this was really pretty. It's a quilt. And here's the back. Very pretty. Both sides are actually gorgeous. So I will use that somewhere in my fall decor. Well, I got this for my 4th of July decor. That was adorable. I don't know what that stamp is, but I thought that was super cute. I got these to use in my Halloween decor. They're originally $5. $5 for a pack of napkins. Wowzers. That's a lot of money. It says Harlequin Witch. And I got this. I love this. It's a turkey tray. And it says, this plate Bought at Wayne, Nebraska, 10/21/1973, made by Donna. So wherever you are, Donna, I have rescued your plate from the bins, and I will take good care of it and use it in my Thanksgiving decor. This is very cool. So you know I have a Dickens Village, and I have my mom's old calendar like this, advent calendar, that I use as a background for one of my shelves, because at my village I actually have to put on this 3-shelf thing, so it's not all flat because I just don't have a place in my house to display it like that. So each shelf gets an advent calendar, but I only have 2 and I have 3 shelves. And so this year, actually, on Amazon and on Etsy and on eBay, I have been looking for another advent calendar that looks kind of like, you know, old and will make sense with the Dickens Village. Well, I found this one and it's unopened. I was so happy to find this because the ones I was seeing on eBay are like $10 and $15, even $20. I was like, I'm not paying that much. So now I paid what? Like, I don't even know, maybe 70 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, probably half a pound. I got this box top because only people like me take things like this from the bin, but I thought it was really cool and I'm gonna use it probably in an assemblage or some kind of craft. It's just so 60s and awesome looking. I love it. Love that. I got some broken ornaments because, you know, that's my thing. I take broken things and I fix them. I don't know if these two go together. I want them to go together. Like, it seems like they should go together, but I can't figure out how. Like, I don't know. Maybe she had leads on him. I'm not sure, but I'm going to probably put them together because I think they're adorable. I got this, just a little pot holder. Doesn't look stained at all. And I love cardinals. Well, I love birds in general, but I especially love cardinals. I got this, which says someone else's name right now. That's fine. I can change that. It belonged to the Teichs, T-E-I-C-H-S. But it's made by the Little Red Sled Company. It says Red Sled Design, copyrighted 1987, Little Red Sled. Okay, and I got this. These I think I'm going to try to sell on Etsy. It's I looked it up. It's by, okay, hold on. It's called the Chapel Hill pattern, I think. And it's by Superior Stainless USA. This is the pattern, but it's an older pattern. I don't know if I should sell it like the spoons by themselves or try to sell it as a whole set. I don't know. If you have an opinion on that, let me know. I picked this up mostly because it's by National Ribbons. I think it's just like plastic red ribbon, which I'm not going to use, but I do love this. And so that's why I got it. I got it for that picture. I got this to use in some of my crafting. I got this ribbon, Santa, which I actually will use this for the ribbon. I thought he was really, really cute face. I got this, which I think is a dishcloth, or it's just a table square. It might just be a table square. I don't know. It has the dimensions that make me think it might be a dishcloth. I got this big box. It does have very slight damage on it, but it's really great for storing things, and it's pretty and really lightweight. So that was a good find. Okay, then I found, not as cool as the last time, but someone clearly donated their vintage Christmas. So I got this, which I got, someone made it out of a dish soap bottle. Just an old dish soap bottle. I thought that was so adorable. It says Noel, probably a little kid made it, who knows. I got this little Santa. He's so cute. And this star. So these are all just for crafting. And then I got this whole container of old balls and some of, oh, let me show you this first. I got this for my daughter. That was really cute. This is not vintage. This is just an elephant. And my second child loves elephants, so I got that for her for Christmas time. But then I got all of these old balls, and there's a whole little container of them. And they're actually, like, some of them are broken, but they're on a garland. So this whole little garland of old beads, old ball beads. So I thought that was cool. And then some loose balls, and I got some shiny brights, bigger shiny brights. So these will be great for my Christmas crafting. Okay, and then I found something really, really broken. I found, it was this red candle holder. I'm gonna insert footage here. So this red candle holder was sitting on the bins and there's all these broken pieces. So I dug through the bins to find all the pieces that I could. And so it went from being this to being this. So I reassembled it with some glue and I think it looks great. And I asked on Instagram what people thought I might put in the empty spot. Some people said, why don't you take one of the angels off? But I kind of want to keep all the angels on because, you know, that's how it originally was. But I think I'm going to try to either make or find a baby Jesus in a little manger. I got these two things. Okay, so this makes me think of my mom and my childhood. I know I've been talking about my mom lately, but a lot of things have been reminding me of her. And then the other mom memory, sorry to inundate you. Okay, this is very cool. So I have had for years this music box that my mother had as a kid. It's from, I think, like the 50s, the 40s or 50s. It says the year on it. And it has angels that dance around a Christmas tree. And it actually, in the last like 2 or 3 years, has stopped working. I've always had that and I've always held on to it. Well, when I was at the bins the other day, this box caught my eye. And really, because I was like, oh, that's a pretty Christmas box. And then I felt it and I was like, oh my goodness, the music box is in it. So I pulled it out and it's pretty broken, but it does still work. And my mother's plays, not this song, but another Christmas carol. So I was like, well, I could reassemble it. But then I noticed like their trumpets are missing, like they're supposed to be blowing trumpets and those trumpets are long gone. So it's pretty broken. So I wasn't going to take it home from the bins, even though I I thought it was cool. I thought the box was cool, but then I turn it around. Oh my goodness. That is the music box that I've always had from my mom. I could not believe it. I was like, what? This is all part of the set. So of course I had to bring it home. I think that's so neat. And now I can see what that music box looked like in its glory days, because mine certainly doesn't look like that anymore. But it's so cool to know that there was like this whole set of them. Okay, that's all that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I found at the bins this week. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And of course, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. And as always, find me on Instagram at Nicole North Garden. Thanks for watching.